Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to my channel. Today's video is about dolls, so let's dive in. Today's video is a lot different than my normal kinds of videos that I've posted in the past, but the reason is I am working on a project right now of making my very own ball jointed doll. So I really want to share the process of me making the doll with you. A few of my favorite doll communities are the fashion dolls that you can get at your local toy shops, like Monster High, Rainbow High, Barbie, and so on and on. Another community that got me personally totally back into the whole doll thing is the custom doll repainting and dressing and creating your own individual doll. Chef's kiss, that's so much fun to follow along. And artists like Delightful and Moonlight Jewel, oh my gosh, they totally got me back into the whole doll customizing and doll fashion and making it your own. After getting my degree, I kind of lost my passion for fashion, and when COVID hit and I kind of escaped into my little la la land of dolls and rewatching all of my favorite sparkly animes and childhood cartoons, so I decided last year, why do I not just combine my fashion design degree with my love for dolls? Because the doll making is fairly expensive, I started out with materials that I have at hand, that I have at home, and that I have experience with in the past. I've created a bunch of fabric dolls when I was little. That's how I started out with making dolls. And I started out making my little trial and error phase of making many patterns and trials of a soft doll. And I cut it, I readjusted, I made a bunch of prototypes. I gifted one prototype to my sister. And it was a lot of fun making the dolls and figuring out and do hand embroider the face on. As I was finally done, I finally got to the part that mattered most to me, which is the clothing. I ordered little eyelets off of eBay, made all the details. When I was finally done with my 3 little dolls, I had this really fun photo shooting out in the woods while my husband was picking wild garlic and I was supposed to help him. Sorry, Tim. And I had a lot of fun and I made little reels. FYI, if you want to see more reels and a little more close-ups of my little Doubtless Love dolls, it's up on my Instagram. Link in the description. Welcome to my creative mess. So I finished my dolls and now I'm working on a new collection of my little dolls, and I love this part. This is in the process of designing. This is my absolute favorite. So I finished these 4 drawings. I'm gonna see which ones I'm gonna make, which ones I'm not gonna make, which ones I'm gonna improve. I always like keeping my drawings relatively simple or plain. I don't know, I can't describe it, because I like getting inspired by the fabric. Some people, they make designs and then they buy the fabric, and it's really hard doing that, because if you're too set on your design and you have a specific fabric in mind and you're not a company who can produce your own fabrics, it's really hard to find the right fabric. So what I always like to do, even when I was still studying fashion design, I had a general idea, I had a feeling, I had an idea of what kind of fabric I want, but I didn't put myself too much like I need to have exactly this. So I had it a little bit broader so it was easier to buy the fabrics, and then I made tweaks and changes to my designs so that it would work with my fabrics. What I absolutely love about doll making is that I can use all my scraps, and I'm so excited. This makes me so happy. I'm looking at it. Happy feelings. Oh, this makes me so happy. And then when I look at my little girly designs, I'm excited. So I have these 3 colors. I hope I have enough fabric for a doll. And I love this. I'm so excited. And look at this lace. Oh, it was so expensive. It was so expensive, but it's very pretty. I love how it's embroidered onto the tulle, almost meshy tulle kind of thing. And I'm excited. Oh, I'm so excited to share this process with you. I think a little bit of purple and blues are gonna look really nice in this. And oh my gosh, I went to a flea market 2 weeks ago, and there was this lady, she sells vintage and antique buttons, and I got some. They're so tiny and they're so gorgeous, and it's gonna look so nice with the collection. I can't wait to use these. They make me happy. I can't wait to make accessories. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this collection is gonna turn out about the shoes, because it's really hard for me to make shoes, and I don't have a 3D printer, so I probably have to make the platforms out of air dry clay. It's gonna be gorgeous. I have the fabrics, I have everything, and I started making this beautiful new doll, and I was already sick of it. I did not want to continue making soft dolls. It's just,
I've spent so much of my time and energy on making little bodies and turning little arms around and putting wire in it, and then by the time I get to the fashion, I'm so pooped. I'm sick of it, and I just want to toss it in the corner and be done. I want it to make me happy, so I decided I want to make myself a clean blank canvas of a ball jointed doll that I can dress. Unfortunately, I can't afford an existing doll that I can use as a canvas, so I decided, okay, I have to go with a little bit cheaper route, of creating my own doll.
I started out figuring out which kind of material I wanted to use. There's air dry clay, polymer clay, 2-part epoxy clay. I went with the Fimo for dolls, and I ended up loving the material. I love that I can put it down and work on my doll a few days later without having to worry about the material drying out, and I can burn it, adjust it, and really work in layers, even though my electricity bill went up while working on my ball jointed doll. But I kind of surprised myself of how well I ended up making her, and starting with the amateur, building on top every layer. The link of the video that I followed along is in the description. It's nonverbal, and I just tried to mimic as much of what she was doing, and I think I got it pretty well. I mean, it's a different doll, obviously. I wasn't going for the realistic look, but I'm happy with how far I got, and it was really fun. The different stages of, ooh, this looks really weird, and ooh, this is ugly too. Ooh, this looks actually decent. So I hope you had fun. I'm gonna work on this a little more, and I hope you are a little intrigued of how to see how the face turns out without the creepy beads, which are just placeholders. So I hope to see you soon and see you in my next video, and I wish you a magical day. Bye!